G'day guys, how's it going? I'm Aaron Whitnall, this is ACWSport, and here are my predictions for week 18 of the 2017-2018 Premier League season, starting with the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday, which sees Leicester hosting Crystal Palace. And if this was at Selhurst Park, I would give Palace more of a chance, but it's just the fact Leicester have been so good since Claude Puel took over, and that they're playing at home, that I think Leicester will run out 3-1 winners in this game. I think Zaha will score for Palace, but I think Mahrez, Gray and Vardy will all be on the score sheet for Leicester. I know I keep saying those three, but those three have been so good for them. I'm going to say Vardy or Okazaki, actually, thinking about it, just because they seem to be alternating between the goals. But if Gray plays and Mahrez plays, I honestly reckon they'll both be on the score sheet as well, just because their form has been phenomenal since Puel took over, and they've been instrumental in getting Leicester back up that Premier League table. Then onto the 3 o'clock kickoff, starting at the Emirates, Arsenal hosting Newcastle. Arsenal have had some dodgy away results recently against Southampton and West Ham, but I fully expect them to get back to winning ways against Newcastle. I'm going to go Arsenal 3, Newcastle 1 in this game, just simply because Newcastle have been in very poor form recently, and the fact that they are playing at the Emirates, and you would expect Arsenal to win this game. I reckon Matt Ritchie will get on the score sheet for Newcastle. I think Lacazette will get 2, and I'm also going to back Olivier Giroud to get on the score sheet for Arsenal in this game as well. Then onto Vicarage Road, where Watford host Huddersfield. And going back a couple of weeks ago, I would have said this would have been a very comfortable win for Watford. But I think Huddersfield will give it a good go. They would have been buoyed by some of the form recently. I know they lost to Chelsea, but they pushed Chelsea a fair bit. But I know they haven't scored away from home, which has been a big struggle for Huddersfield, but I think they will in this game. I'm going to go Watford 3, Huddersfield 1. The reason I say 3-1 is just simply because even though Huddersfield have been playing well, their away form is not the same as their home form, and that's why I think Watford will edge this. I think it will be a tight game, but it's one of those games where I think Watford will be 2-1 up until like the dying moments, and then they might just get a third just to ease the pressure around the ground. So yeah, that's how I see that game going. Brighton v Burnley. I know Brighton's home form has been good, but Burnley just seem like an unstoppable force at the moment. So I'm going to go Brighton 1, Burnley 2 in this game. I'm just very much predicting Burnley will continue this phenomenal climb that they're on and continue to put pressure on the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool and Tottenham. Then down towards the bottom, massive game at the bottom of the table. Stoke hosting West Ham. And if you had gone back a few weeks back, I would have favoured Stoke to win this. But West Ham seem rejuvenated under David Moyes. So that's why I reckon West Ham are actually going to run out 2-1 winners here. I'm going to back Shaqiri to get on the score sheet for Stoke or Peter Crouch. But for West Ham, I'm going to back Arnautovic against his former club. And then I'm also going to back Ayew to get on the score sheet for them as well. Then to Stamford Bridge, Chelsea hosting Southampton. Southampton, their last game against Leicester wasn't very good. I'm not expecting them to get anything here. I'm going to go for an easy 3-0 home win to Chelsea. I'm going to go at Pedro, Hazard and Willian to score for Chelsea in that game. And then to the biggest game of the weekend at the Etihad, the record holders, Manchester City hosting Tottenham. Can Tottenham become the first team to stop City this season? I don't see it myself, just because their form's been very much like that so far in the kind of last month or so in the Premier League. But I do think there's going to be a lot of goals, and I do think both teams will score. I'm going to go Manchester City 4, Tottenham 2 in this game. I reckon Harry Kane will score twice for Spurs, but I think Aguero, Jesus, Silva and De Bruyne will all score for Manchester City. Then on to the Hawthorns. West Brom hosting Manchester United on Sunday. And look, West Ham, I just don't see how West Brom are going to get anything from this game. I'm going to go for an easy 3-0 win to Man United. And I'm going to back Lukaku to score a brace against his former team. And then Anthony Martial to also get on the score sheet as well. Or Juan Mata. Or Ibrahimovic. Between those three, tough, but that's how I see it going. Then down to Bournemouth. They host Liverpool in what should be a thrilling game, I think. Just because Bournemouth, I think, will be really up for this. They played out an amazing game last season. You remember that 4-3 win for Bournemouth. I think it'll be a close game again. Both teams, I think, will score. I'm going to go Bournemouth 2, Liverpool 3 in this game. I reckon Bournemouth will get on the score sheet a couple of times just because we know Liverpool's defence is leaky. I'm going to back Jermaine Defoe and Callum Wilson to get on the score sheet for Bournemouth. And then for Liverpool, Salah, standard. And then 2 for Roberto Firmino for them. And then the final game of Week 18 sees Everton hosting Swansea at Goodison Park. And I just see it being an easy 3-0 win for Everton in this game. I'm going to predict Wayne Rooney to get a brace and Gylfi Sigurdsson to also get on the score sheet for Everton. And unfortunately, pile more pressure on Swansea, who are really struggling this season. So yeah, that's how I see Week 18 going. Please comment below, let me know, what do you think of my predictions? Do you agree with them? I want to hear what your predictions are. Let me know. As always, I'm Aaron Whitnall. Please don't forget to subscribe to ACW Sport, and I will see you on Tuesday with my review of Week 18 of the 2017-2018 Premier League season.